Hi. It it kind of feels counterintuitive to pick up the camera and start shooting a video when I don't really know what to say. I don't want to make this over dramatic, and I would usually never film a video when I feel bad or sad or down or something. But I wanted to make a video about how to prevent a downward spiral, like a mental health downward spiral. And a friend of mine encouraged me to do that because she says that she finds my tips very helpful. But it's like, I don't know, I feel very vulnerable and I don't really know how to talk about it and where to start. Because usually I go about videos by planning them and by planning what I want to say and what kind of marks I want to hit. And that's just something that's very difficult when I feel down. But I've planned to make a video like this for a while now. I've just been waiting for the moment. I didn't think that I would do it while feeling down. Maybe that's not the best idea, but here we are, I started. And I'm talking now, so I might as well just keep talking. I've talked about like depression and mental health on my Instagram a couple of times, so it shouldn't come as a surprise to you that that's a topic for me. But just to make it clear, this is not the first phase that I'm having. I've been struggling with mental health issues or with depression and an eating disorder for years and years. And yeah, I've had better times, I've had worse times. Generally, the last couple of years I've been okay, I'd say. I do have low phases. I don't have very high phases. I'm not like going very much up, but just like I have the normal and then I drop and then I'm back to normal and then I drop again. But my drops haven't been as deep, I would say, as they have been a couple of years ago, so I'm very, very thankful for that. And the last couple of years I've been able to find ways to make sure that these drops aren't too low, like that I'm not falling too deep. And that's kind of what I wanted to share. Of course, these kinds of like routines or things that help are very individual, are very personal, and I think different for every person. But I just wanted to, and I think that's what this video is mainly about. I wanted to encourage anybody who is dealing with something like this to try and find out, even though it's hard, test out some things, try and find out what these things are for you. Like, what kind of rituals can you start or embed in your daily life that will catch you when you feel like you're falling. Yesterday I had a pretty normal, nice day. It was sunny. I took a walk with a friend and I didn't do much work, but I was happy, and that's fine. But in the evening I felt like, oh, okay, it's coming, okay, being pulled down, kind of, or rather pushed down from the top. That's more the feeling, I think. I started crying and I didn't really know why, and I didn't know why I was feeling that way and how I was exactly feeling, because that's sometimes the problem, that you don't really know what that feeling is, or you don't have words for it, or at least I don't. And I felt like I had to cry, and so I thought, okay, that's actually good. Better cry than bottle it up. So I cried, and I thought I wish I could cry more. You know what I mean? I wish I could let it out more, but didn't work. So I started to, as I am, I always try to find a solution in that moment. I can't I can't handle just being frustrated or lost or anything without directly thinking of, okay, and what do I do now about this? Like, what kind of solution do I have for this? And I think that's something that comes from the experience with these kind of situations, that I hate the feeling of being lost and not knowing what to feel and where to go. And so I thought to myself, okay, what is this feeling that I'm feeling? And I kind of felt like I didn't have a purpose right now. Like I'd been talking down to myself a lot the last couple of weeks, concerning body issues, eating, and just general, like, what am I here for and what am I actually doing, and does it make sense what I'm doing, and does it do any good for the world, and stuff like that, like the usual thoughts that we never really find answers to, I think. And yeah, I just felt like I was like the days were passing by, or actually the last year, and I think that many people feel that way because of COVID and lockdown, multiple lockdowns, that yeah, it's kind of lost time. And I talked about that with my friend that I was walking, that I was going on a walk for, that I feel like we might need to find a way to make this, like, these 1 or 2 years or whatever, how long it's going to be, I don't know. We feel like there's nothing to do, or it's kind of lost time, but I need, like, I feel like I need to put something in place, or like think about something that I can make this time about, you know what I mean? Like, of course I study, like, I love what I do, and I like learning new stuff, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I go to classes, I learn new stuff, I learn a new language, that's nice. I read books, that's nice, that's perfect. But right now it's semester break, and so I'm not learning anything. And I think that's kind of why these feelings are coming up, because I'm just, yeah, passing the days grocery shopping, eating, sleeping, walking, nothing really happening, nothing to look forward to, nothing to really be excited about. So that's kind of why then yesterday evening I started a list, because I always make lists, you know me. That today I wanted to have a self-care day, and not like the cliche, okay, do a face mask and you're going to be fine, but rather do something purposeful, not like get distracted by like watching YouTube videos all day, or like just like, or trash TV or something, you know? Just do something that is not just distracting, but is more effective towards being kind to myself. So today is going to be all about that. I don't want to do like a typical daily vlog. I'm not going to take you guys along with me as I usually would, because I feel like then it wouldn't be as effective. The things that I planned for today, or that I thought I could do today, I thought about things that do make me happy, like things that give me like endorphins and happy thoughts, but that are actually like at the same time not energy draining. I started my day with a nice breakfast, some iced coffee, while listening to music. This time not a podcast, not a video, not TV, not anything, just music, because then I feel more calm and less distracted from my own thoughts. Then maybe I can cook something nice later. I'll try. Maybe I'll just go to bed. We'll see. I I have a coloring book that I want to like draw in while maybe listening to an audiobook. Probably Harry Potter, because that's my feel good place. By the way, fun fact, when I don't feel good or when I feel like I need to escape to another world, I read or listen to fantasy books, mainly Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. Those are my like safe spaces. That's usually what helps. Like, honestly. It sounds weird, but it does. Like, if I have a really, really, really bad day, I will just stay in bed and read Harry Potter all day. So, for all the Potterheads out there, I have a couple of tips for the German speaking ones, anyways. If you don't know her, check out Cold Mirror. She has the funniest YouTube videos. She does a 5-minute Harry podcast, but on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. It's funnier with the video than without. And then on Spotify or any other like podcast app, my favorite podcast is Hagrid's Hütte. Two German guys making fun about the Harry Potter worlds, like while reading the books, and they're just the best. So check them out if you need something to laugh about. So to sum up my general like tips to prevent yourself from falling too deep, or just even if it's just surviving a phase like that, are, yeah, I think the basic ones you've probably heard a couple of times, but I think it's true. Think about this phase like it's like a thunderstorm or something, because you have to believe, you have to make yourself believe that this will pass. Like, no matter how bad it is, no matter how like weak you feel and like what kind of thoughts you have, this will pass. Because try and remember, have you ever had like a time that felt better? Have you ever had like a moment of happiness? You did, didn't you? I think everybody has. So this might be the worst phase you're in right now, and but you've had better days, and so you have to believe that better days can come again, because that's just how it works. Like, we have waves. That's fine. Everybody has waves, and people with mental illnesses just have stronger waves, like bigger waves. Like a bigger high means a lower low, and so that's fine. And sometimes like a phase or a wave, no matter, like, doesn't matter how you want to call it, will last longer than other times, but you will be okay someday. You will. You always, like, you have to believe that. And so to survive one of those phases, I would say try and do the minimum. Give your body the minimum of everything that it needs. So you have to hydrate, drink water, you have to eat something, don't starve yourself, and you have to sleep. Just sleep. It's fine. You can sleep all day. It's okay. And then try and push back everything that you don't necessarily have to do today. Get an overview of what like tasks are ahead. Try to go down to like energy saver mode, kind of, or standby. Yeah, postpone everything you can postpone. Try and like cancel everything you can cancel, but do the minimum. So for example, in my case, I would say, okay, let's say I have classes today, and I would usually have to study and do homework and hand in some exercises or something, or I'm even, I don't know, studying for an exam. Then I would say, okay, see what kind of classes you have to attend necessarily, and what classes you may be able to skip, then skip those. As soon as you feel better, you can redo those, ask other people to give you the material from the class, so you can catch up. You will be able to catch up. It's fine. Then attend those classes you can't skip, and try to do the minimum of work that you can do. Like if you have to hand in one exercise, but you also have to do some more homework, then I would say concentrate on that one exercise that you necessarily have to hand in, and postpone the homework to next week, or to next day even, or I don't know, next semester, whatever. I know at university, like at every university or even at schools, there should be counselors, or there should be like an office to talk to if you feel like you have to like skip a whole class for the semester or for a year. If you feel like you can't do an exam or you can't finish a paper, there's always an option to postpone that or push it back to the next semester. I know, because some of my friends have done that already. It works, it's okay. And even better, if you have been to therapy, if you've been officially diagnosed, then there is, at least at my university, but I think everywhere, there's this thing called, oh god, what is it called? I think Nachteilsausgleich or something. There's a person who is responsible for helping you find your way through all those obstacles, or mastering difficulties that you have because of, let's say, mental illness or maybe a physical impairment or something like that. So you can always talk to those people. They're there exactly for that reason. They can help you. So don't hesitate to ask them, talk to them. If you're like scared to talk to them in person, like I sometimes am, try and write an email. That's always a good option, I think. If you have to study for a semester longer, that's fine. Or if you have to do a full year longer, that's fine. Even if you like do a bachelor's degree, which would usually take 3 years, if you do that in 5, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Of course, I know it's very difficult to finance that sometimes. I mean, at least in Germany, we don't have tuition to pay, or at least a very small amount. But of course, you still have to live somewhere. You have to pay rent. You have to pay for food, I know. And I think I will do like another video about that, how to like finance studying. But there's always, like, I think in every, like, at least European country, there should be a support system. Like in Germany, there's BAföG and Kindergeld. Of course, it's sometimes very difficult to fight for that and to get it, really, and sometimes it's a lot of bureaucracy involved. That's pretty hard, but maybe you can find someone who can help you with that, if that's something that is a big burden, or that is like a something that's difficult for you to do for you on your own. Also, something that I find helpful from time to time when I can remember to do it is, especially in those moments where you're really like frustrated with yourself, or if you talk down on yourself, like, oh, why am I like this? Why me? Why can't I just like function? And all those kinds of thoughts. I always try to think about, if I were like my mother or my friend, what would I tell myself? Like, what would I wish for that person that I love so much to do or to feel? And usually then I think, oh, why are you so hard to yourself? Like, it's absolutely okay to just like feel weak. That's fine. It's okay to take days off, to just stay in bed. It's fine if you have to cry it out, like me. It's fine if you're emotional. It's fine if you feel numb. If you don't have any emotions left, that's also fine. It will pass. They will come back. And so I think to a friend, I would always recommend to write it out, like write everything down that you're feeling or thinking, especially if you can find a why, like a why are you feeling that way, then write it down. or tell someone if that helps. And if you don't find a why or an answer to that question, then try to practice kindness. Try to do like very, very, very small things that show yourself that you are that you're worthy of love, and especially self-love, because I think that that's something we all need. That feeling of we deserve it, we deserve to be loved, we also deserve to feel love. Try and find very small steps, very small activities that make you feel loved by yourself. So maybe it's something creative, maybe it's sleeping, maybe it's taking a walk, maybe it's letting the sun shine on your face, or I don't know, eating something very nice, or eating loads of sugar. If that's it, go for it. I don't know, like everything that's possible to do for you at that moment, because I know it's sometimes very hard to do anything, but for me that usually helps. And if you can, get someone to hug you, get someone to give you a big hug, because that always helps. And if there's no one around, if you have a pet, cuddle them. If you're lucky enough. If you don't have a pet, I recommend to get a big cuddle buddy. He's a little dirty now, I have to like clean him, but he's like this very baby size panda, and I love him dearly. And of course it might feel weird because you might be a grown as adult than to like cuddle with a teddy bear, but it does help. Great. I didn't want to make a video just of me crying, so I hope you found some like useful tips in this, because if not, then that's really pathetic. Yeah, I'm very emotional right now. I'm not sure if maybe like my hormones are like surging or something, or like going crazy or something. That might be it also, or at least that might have an influence. But also I think it's just the times that are weird. Yeah, due to lockdowns and restrictions and regulations, and it's all very confusing, and there's just nothing we can really plan and look forward to, and that kind of, yeah, that upsets me, and I just want this thing to end. So I can't wait for my vaccine. Yay. But that will take a while because Germany is very slow in vaccinating. Thank you for that. But of course, that's not just a solution. Like depression won't go away just because COVID is over. But I think it's also important to see, like, before you put too much pressure on yourself and say that you're like, if only, and if only I did this, or if only the world will do this or something. Also, like, before you talk down on yourself too much for like being weak, or I don't know, also take into account what other kind of influences there might be that could influence your moods and your phases. So yeah, of course, the situation the world is in right now, of course, has a big effect than hormones do. I don't know, personal issues do. Don't be too hard on yourself, please. Yesterday I saw a list on Pinterest of someone who had just compiled with a heading of things to stay alive for, and that kind of hit me. I'm not suicidal. I haven't been for years, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very happy about that. But still, something like, sometimes we need like a purpose in life. And if everything feels kind of lost and everything feels worthless and purposeless, then such a list could help. And so I thought that it would be nice to do a list like that for myself, and if you want, you can do one for yourself too. I will try and insert a list for myself here. I know that's very personal, but if I like keep it general, I think that's okay. So here we go. Maybe that would be an exercise, a homework for you that I could give you to do for yourself. Just, you don't have to show anybody, just for yourself. So if you need it, you can read it, and you always know that you have it somewhere. Just have it somewhere for, I don't know, those moments where you need reassurance that there is reasons to stay here. And it's not just like, oh, sunshine and rainbows and butterflies. No, it's like it's the feelings that things and activities give you. Cool. So I'm not sure if I want to upload this. If you're seeing it, then I did. This was very spontaneous, so I'm not sure if I even gonna edit this and then upload it. Maybe not on Monday, maybe next week or after that or something, I don't know. I don't feel like doing the usual outro thing, so just, yeah, goodbye and thank you for listening, and find hope, just tell yourself that it's okay. It's all going to be okay.